It's the PHNX Cardinals halftime show, your premier Arizona Cardinal podcast. The Arizona Cardinals whooping up on the Chicago Bears 21-9 at the half. I'm Johnny Venerable, the playmaker, Brittan, Golden, Damon, Dawg, producer extraordinaire behind the mic. The Arizona Cardinals run for it. Let me get these numbers correct. 148 yards capped off by Inimaro DeMercado, 53-yard touchdown, shocking the Bears, shocking fraud Matt Eberflus. Where do we want to get started, Brittan? Phenomenal end of the half.
I mean, we talked about it at the beginning. If you get that run game started, it's going to open up a lot of things. And the problem is you don't need any other things right now because you're averaging 9 yards a carry.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who's running the football right now. It seems the ball's getting moved forward. So, I mean, second half-wise, if you can continue running that ball, it will open up the pass game because now you're going to have Eberflus and company are going to have to put 8 in the box to find a way to stop the run. So, I mean, if you can continue this in the second half, which
big if.
God forbid it's an if because we've seen worse things already. But if you can continue this push in the second half, I mean, I'm pretty sure I said it. Somebody in the chat said I was crazy for a double-digit win today.
Let's go.
I mean, you continue this flow right here and holding them to 3 every time, you win by 10-plus points today.
2 more quarters to go. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe to PHNX Sports here on YouTube. The Arizona Cardinals have not trailed yet in this game. Kyler Murray, a very pedestrian, 8 for 12, 83 yards, not being asked to do a whole lot. His longest reception came from Marvin Harrison Jr., who did have an untimely fumble. But this story, this game, defense and running the football, Cardinals are dominating at both lines of scrimmage. They've sacked Caleb Williams twice, including 1.5 from the debut, really, of Xavier Thomas, working first-round tackle Darnell Wright. Cardinals doing a phenomenal job on the perimeter. Caleb Williams, a very pedestrian, 11 for 24, 137 yards. The Bears do get the ball to start the second half, but the Arizona Cardinals right now controlling this game. Big emotional letdowns for Chicago now on back-to-back weeks. We, of course, highlighted many, many times the Hail Mary by Jaden Daniels. Now Chicago PTSD. It's not the exact same, but damn it, if it's not all the more damning for Chicago and fraud Matt Eberflus. DeMercado, the Cardinals are in a position. They have 2 timeouts. They didn't use either timeouts. And they went down. They got to midfield. We're all expecting, okay, completion over the middle. Then you have an opportunity to kick a field goal with Chad Ryland. How about the call from Drew Petzing? We've all been critical, but he's having a banner first half. 16 carries, 143 yards, 9.3 yards per clip, led by, of course, the Pro Bowler James Conner, 11 for 73, yet he doesn't have any touchdowns. It's Trey Benson with his first, DeMercado, and, of course, Trey McBride. I mean, the mindset right now for the Chicago Bears has got to be, not again. Did this happen again?
Well, I mean, what you sit here thinking, like, it's almost, I think I would rather lose how I did last week than, you know, have somebody hand up. Because as much as I want to give Drew Petzing credit for saying this is the play that's going to gash him, come on. You didn't get the yards you wanted to throw in the ball right there at the end of the half. I think it was more of a, we're going to run a halfback draw, see what we can get out of it. More of a stat pat that just completely opened wide. And DeMercado just walked in the end zone. So, I mean, I think I'd rather get beat by a Hail Mary than have somebody just walk off let's end the half and go to halftime, and it ends up as a 60-yard touchdown run.
Well, give the Cardinals coaching staff credit. They've clearly seen something with the absence of Montez Sweat, the all-pro defensive end who is not playing. The Bears are 10-5 in their last 15 games with Sweat. Without Sweat, they're a shell of themselves defensively, at least, stopping the run. Now, they've done a nice job pressuring Kyler Murray. They've gotten to K1 twice in this game. So if I'm Drew Petzing, you continue to run the football until it doesn't work. I know Marvin Harrison Jr. had the fumble. People want to indict MHJ, but here's the deal. The defense played well enough. They held him to a field goal. The Cardinals then marched downfield, and when the Cardinals were ready to match and did match with a field goal, the Bears got an inexplicable 15-yard penalty. Cardinals take full advantage. They don't screw around. They run the football twice. I mean, again, like, we've seen it. Miami ran for more yards last week. Cardinals won because they threw the football downfield. I just feel like right now, the psyche of this Bears team is so fragile. If you're the Arizona Cardinals, step on their throats in the second half. Caleb Williams looks erratic. They've converted a couple nice third downs, but they're not running the football well. DeAndre Swift has 10 for 34. They're averaging 3.3 yards per clip. Are the Bears? No touchdowns. I mean, their kicker's kind of keeping them in this game. He's got 2 monster field goals, 3 for 3 on the day. So if you're the Arizona Cardinals, like, you are this close to not only beating this team, but beating them handily. I mean, it's not that close right now.
Defensively, you've done everything you're supposed to do today, right? You've been put in a couple of bad situations. You've bent a little bit, but you didn't break, right? You forced 3 field goals, right? That's a win in all categories right now defensively. So I think if you the first 5 minutes of this second half is going to be big because Chicago gets the football out of the half.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes of this second half, I think if you get off of this field quickly, get the ball back in the hands of the offense, and Drew Petzing, keep running the football.
Yep.
Run it and run it. Take time off this clock. Just completely demoralize this Bears defense, and you win this game, and it's done, and it's an easy win to walk off this field.
Like my guy Ehlers say in the chat, Ehlers, embarrass these frauds. The Bears are frauds. They haven't played anybody. The Cardinals have had the toughest schedule in the NFL up until this point. It's time to get some meat on the bone. Damon, Dawg, let's jump into these super chats. My guy, everybody drop a like on this video.
Doc XD 199, Bears fan called Drew Shane W for pass on 2nd and goal, LOL.
And then how'd that turn out? Cardinals get a dub. They've been in the red zone multiple times today. They have gotten points. They punted opening possession, and then the Marv unfortunate fumble. Outside of that, Cardinals offense has been picking up right where they left off. They're on pace for 42 points here on a football Sunday. Let's keep it going, Damon.
Iron $10. I said Cards need to stop 3 consecutive run plays. Third doesn't work. And in the second quarter, Drew said, hold my beer, and ran 5 consecutive successful runs.
They are taking their soul right now.
I mean, there's nothing more demoralizing to a defense when you cannot stop the run. When you know what's coming, you see what they're lining up in, and basically Drew Petzing right now is saying, hey, I'm going to run the ball down your throat, and there's not a daggone thing you can do about it. Mm-hmm. And we're just going to keep running.
Let me just put this into context for everybody. The Chicago Bears need at minimum 22 points to beat the Arizona Cardinals, okay? They, outside of wins against the Panthers, Jaguars, and Titans and Rams, they are not able to score 22 points. So, yes, in all of their dubs, they've been able to do that against fraud teams, Titans, Rams, Panthers, Jaguars. In losses against the Commanders, Colts, and Texans, they average just 15 points per game. And again, Cardinal defense doing their job. Caleb Williams, not impressive, inaccurate. And then how about these Cardinal defensive backs? Like, they get beat from time to time. I love the one-on-one mentality. No Sean Murphy-Bunty, no problem. Starling Thomas, Max Melton, Garrett Williams, tremendous job.
They have. Outside of the one busted coverage we had with the Odunze catch, I mean, outside of that, they've done a heck of a job today of keeping everything in front of them. Even if there's a completion, you see it's in front of everybody. Guys are gang tackling. They're getting the guy on the ground. They've done a great job, in the first half of this game. You've got to be able to do the same stuff in the second half. If you can continue that and force, even if they kick 3 field goals in the second half, it's fine. Right?
Yep.
If you force them to kick field goals in the second half and you score touchdowns, you win this game with ease.
Damon, let's keep them going.
TCVA Cards 199 says, this is what we hoped for. Great runs.
Yes.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter how you win. You got to get this dub. I don't care if the Cardinals win by 20 or 1 point.
This win.
This win puts you in such a great position to make the postseason the rest of the year. Who would have thought they are 1/2 away from winning 3 straight for the first time since 2021? How about our guy Cardi D, Damon Dawg?
$2 from Cardi D says, my kids are traumatized by my yelling at the TV. LFG.
Well, I'm putting together our halftime show and trying to get tweets out and looking at the rundown. And, I'm thinking to myself, okay, can we get a couple of extra 3 points? Can we cancel out their 3 points? And then, Damon Dawg gets a text from our guy, Bo Brock, who's at the stadium saying they never saw it coming. And I'm thinking, is it a Marv, deep pass? Is it Trey McBride breaking tackles? Amari DiMercato, listen, we gave this organization a lot of grief because they didn't keep Michael Carter on the active roster. Their running backs look just fine. This has been Trey Benson's best game to date. He's got his offensive line rocking and rolling. And then DiMercato and James Conner, again, the Cardinals, for context, they had 16 carries at the half, I think you have to have at least that, maybe 20 carries in the second half. And you're on pace right now to run for 300 yards against Chicago.
No, I think you just keep the same. Like the game plan you've got going, yes, it's going to be slight changes, right? You're going to have to see they're going to make changes at halftime in that other locker room.
Yep.
They're going to say, hey, we are getting thrashed right now up the middle, right? We might have to walk a couple guys out of the box. That's where you're going to need your McBrides and your Marvin Harrisons and Michael Wilsons. Guys got to step up. There's going to be chances for plays down the field, even if it's, medium, 7 to 10 yard passes, whatever it is, there's going to be opportunities. You got to capitalize and just put the nail in the coffin.
I like these comments here, not getting too high or too low. Let's get to a couple more of these super chats. Does everybody be sure to drop a like on this video?
Yanks 199, finish strong and league will be on notice.
100%. How about AZ Moses 89?
199 from him says keep the foot on their throat, don't let up, LFG.
Cardinals are a half away from putting the NFL on notice, from shocking the NFL landscape. At 4-4, they were 2-4. They were 1 half away from being 5-4 with the podunk, below average New York Jets coming to town before a much deserved bye week. And then we've got, of course, the NFL trade deadline right around the corner. The Cardinals need bodies. They've been talking to multiple teams about pass rushers. Put an emphasis, a double stamp on this team winning for the now. I don't want to hear about rebuilds in 2025. This is a team, in my opinion, Brittan Golden, we are 1 half of football away from signaling this team has their eye on January football in the desert. You love to see that.
We do. We talked about it before the season started, right? On paper, you've got a team right here on paper that can be a playoff team. Wild card team at best, but it's a playoff team. You got a team that can win 9-10 games if they do what they're supposed to do. Right? And that's just consistency.
That's right. Finish the job, Cardinals. Finish your job here. Like this video. Subscribe to PHNX Sports here on YouTube. Become a diehard. We got almost 700 watching live. Everybody go to gophnx.com. Become a diehard. Half off through Tuesday. Pick up a free hat and or shirt. We got a couple more super chats, Damon Dawg.
Yeah, coming in at the buzzer, TCVA Cards, 199. How about some Xavier Thomas?
Great.
Let's go. Let's go. Finish the job, Xavier.
Could we have used him all season? I don't know. Alex Shellard, 199 pounds, says, love from London, 21 points per half. Wake me up.
Let's do it.
Wake me up. Turn me up here on PHNX Cardinals halftime show. We're here for the post game. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.